Number 5. The Terrafugia Transition. Being first flown and certified in 2019, the Terrafugia Transition, while not on the market just yet, certainly seems to be the future of car flight. Essentially a two-seated vehicle, the Transition acts as a completely street-legal car while on land and can be converted to an airplane at the push of a button. Now, the plane itself was made in order to, as put by the company itself, quote, fit in a standard garage, use premium autogas, and require a light sport pilot certification to start flying. As a result, it's targeted towards casual pilots who would like to fly without the hassle of owning a full-on airplane. Interestingly, the Terrafugia Transition has two different engines depending on whether it is in drive mode or fly mode. While flying, it makes use of a powerful Rotax 912IS 100 HP 4-cylinder fuel-injected 2,000 horsepower TBO engine, but while in drive mode, it simply uses a hybrid electric motor. As a result, the Transition can travel in the air at speeds of up to 161 km per hour and has an efficiency of about 19 km per liter and can hold about 76 liters of gasoline in its fuel tank. To top it off, the Transition comes with a high-quality Dynon Skyview avionics set, meaning that you can expect to have all of your flight stats at your fingertips while piloting the car. Yet there are some limitations to the Transition as well. The most noteworthy is that it cannot simply launch off your driveway into the sky. Rather, it must be brought to an aircraft hangar first, then take off from there. Also, its payload is only about 227 kilograms, meaning that if you're on the heavier side, you will not only have to travel light, but likely not have a passenger beside you. Yet considering how cool this crafty car is, we'd say its positives definitely outweigh the negatives, despite its rather high $279,000 price tag. Number 4. Lazareth La Moto Volante 496. Widely known as the LMV 496, this flying motorcycle is certainly one of the coolest on the market today. Essentially a flying sports motorcycle, the vehicle, which is made by French engineer Ludovic Lazareth, can transition from street mode to flying mode at the push of a button. Powered by four 96,000 RPM JetCat jet turbines, this 140-kilogram motorcycle can generate an impressive 240 kilograms of thrust and has a whopping 1,300 horsepower. This power is all controlled by joysticks that are in the handlebars, with all essential flight information such as speed, position, and altitude appearing on an electric dashboard that sits between them. To top it off, considering that it has design elements such as a Kevlar composite bodywork, Italian rear loop, carbon wheel covers, and Rizoma accessories, you really can fly in style while on this magnificent motorcycle. However, despite its beautiful design and strong engine, the motorcycle also has quite a few downsides. The most notable is that its flight abilities are less than impressive, as it can only elevate itself about 1 meter in the air. This is made worse by the fact that the engine only has the capability of sustaining this height for about 10 minutes, and after this point it must be brought back down to the ground. Yet perhaps the most troubling consideration of them all is that its cost is unbelievably high, coming in at a ridiculous expensive price of $560,000. Not only will you need to have deep pockets to afford this vehicle, but you'll also need to act quickly. That's because with only 5 in existence and 4 currently for sale, we'd recommend contacting Mr. Lazareth as soon as possible if you'd like your own LMV 496. Number 3. The Skyrunner MK 3.2. If you're the type that loves to travel off-road, then the Skyrunner MK 3.2 is the vehicle for you. That's because flying this ATV allows you to go on adventures not just on a field or beach, but even up in the air. Now, the vehicle is designed with a rugged military-grade chassis, inverted double wishbone suspension, carbon fiber body panels, and air-hardened heat-treated steel tubing, giving it the strength and durability to withstand nearly any terrain. Yet, in order to launch this 550-kilogram monstrosity, it requires the power of a 160-horsepower Rotax 914 engine and the help of a 4-blade 75 propeller to elevate it into the sky. Once elevated, it can then travel at speeds of up to 72 kilometers per hour at an altitude of about 3,050 meters and can remain in the air for about 160 kilometers before running out of fuel. Interestingly, in order to steer it once it's airborne, the Skyrunner only has 2 flight controls, a left and a right steering mechanism via its foot pedals, and a throttle quadrant to climb or descend. As a result, this intuitive flight system truly is one of the easiest forms of flight to master. And of course, once you're tired of flying high and the sky, and would like instead to travel on land, the Skyrunner can then parachute to the ground and seamlessly switch to Polaris ProStar 1000 engine, allowing the Skyrunner to reach its even quicker road speed of about 112 kilometers per hour. Yet, if you'd like your own, you better be willing to pay up. After all, at a price of about $230,000, It's certainly out of the price range of the average ATV buyer. Number 2. The S3 2019 Hover Bike. If you're looking for one of the most advanced hover bikes on the market, then look no further than the S3 2019. Created by the California-based startup HoverSurf, the bike features a trendy monocoque frame and various types of carbon fiber technology. Interestingly enough, the S3 is completely battery-powered, and its capacity of 12.3 kilowatt-hours allows it to fly for up to 40 minutes, while taking just 2.5 hours to recharge. In order to elevate itself, it uses 4 surrounding propellers that generate about 364 kilograms of thrust. And once airborne, it features 3 classes of safety features, with the first being an electronic mechanism that facilitates emergency landings and warning systems, the second being a mechanical mechanism that activates a kill switch, and the third being a passive mechanism that protects the pilot while flying. This means that despite the hoverbike having a maximum speed of about 96 kilometers per hour, it's still extremely safe to ride. Yet, while the S3's design and specs are already impressive in their own right, they have garnered a lot of media attention recently due to the vehicle's use by the Dubai police force. This is because in 2019 it was reported that said police force was being trained on how to use the vehicle, with the hope that they would be an official part of the police force arsenal by 2020. However, we're happy to note that you don't have to travel to Dubai to fly your own. That's because so long as you pass HoverSurf's screening process, this bike can be yours for as little as $150,000. Number 1. The PAL 5 Liberty. If you want to travel in style as you zoom through the sky, then it doesn't get much better than the PAL 5 Liberty. Coming in both standard version and a luxury rendition known as the Liberty Pioneer, both cars are set to be the future of car flight. Made by Dutch company PAL 5, the car has a stylish Italian design exterior that is elevated by a large propeller that extends out of the car when needed. Made in a similar fashion to a type of helicopter known as a gyrocopter, the PAL 5 has features such as aircraft stabilization and curve control in order to make for a smooth ride, and features 2 separate engines for both its land and flight modes. On land, the 2-seater is a small yet capable car in its own right. After all, it features a 100 horsepower engine that allows it to reach a max speed of 160 kilometers per hour, go from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 9 seconds, drive for 13 kilometers per liter, and travel for about 1,315 kilometers before needing to refuel. However, once it's in the air, the PAL 5 Liberty becomes truly impressive. That's because in flight mode, the vehicle switches to a 200 horsepower engine, allowing it to get to a maximum speed of 180 kilometers per hour at an altitude of 3,500 meters for a max distance of 500 kilometers before needing to refuel. Now, in order to get you comfortable with the car, the company stands apart thanks to its offering a complete theoretical and live training course in how to use the vehicle, ensuring that you'll be able to drive and fly it safely. Additionally, if you choose to buy the Pioneer Edition instead of the Liberty, you get to completely customize many parts of the car. We'll get the car delivered to you before any of the Liberty aircraft, and will also be one of only 90 owners of the vehicle worldwide. However, if you'd like your own, it's going to cost you. After all, given the Liberty's pre-order price of $399,000 and the Pioneer's going price of $599,000, these vehicles are unfortunately reserved for only the ultra-rich.